morning. Get ready with me. So, I changed the location of the morning routine because I figured like the lighting would be better, the angle would be better, but it's a lot of work bringing all of my things to my room. My workspace is smaller. Oh my God. My workspace is smaller, so things are falling. So, how's your week been so far? Gosh, I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever. Last week I dropped something and I don't know what I dropped. Oh, I'm gonna need that. My workspace is significantly smaller. Hold on. For Pete's sakes, anyways. Ugh. I do think that the lighting and the angle is better. So maybe this wasn't such a terrible idea. I don't know. So, maybe now I'll have my life together. Okay. So how have you been? Oh my gosh. Last week was the absolute worst. It was the worst week ever. I swear to goodness gracious. Do you want to hear about my week? I'll tell you all about it. So, Monday, Tuesday was pretty much fine. But Wednesday is when all the misfortunate events happened. Early in the morning, too. So, the plan was to have a normal day. It was my husband's day off, his last day off before he starts the 7 days in a row, 12-hour days. Yes, he works long days and 7 days in a row. But so the plan was to get one of our children's vehicles fixed because it needed some mechanical attention, right? So that was the plan. She was going to go in late. He was going to follow her to the auto mechanic. And then he was going to take her to school. He was going to come home and do whatever he wanted to do because it was his day off. He had like some projects he wanted to complete. He had some, I don't know, sit down and relax a little bit, just before. I would want to relax if my job was 7 days in a row, 12-hour shifts. You got to get in that mindset because that's some hardcore stuff. I think the light could be a little bit better. Oh, that might be too bright. There's some hardcore hours, man. 12 hours in a row, 7 days in a row. Yeah, hardcore. So, so he took the other 2 children to school. I was finishing getting ready to go to work. And the one child was following him. I think she was following him, or and then they were about to venture off on their trip, okay, to town. So we do not live in town. The closest town that we live by is 20 miles away, at least. And that's where all the things are. That is where all the, the stores, the auto mechanics, and all of that other stuff. So, the child who was getting her vehicle fixed said, hey, I have to stop off at a gas station because otherwise I'm not going to make it to town. He's like, okay. And he must have went to turn around. And when he turned around, his wheels broke. Like, his wheels broke. So luckily he wasn't going he wasn't on the freeway when it happened. He wasn't going 55 miles an hour or better down the country road. Yeah, he went to turn and his wheel went, and the other wheel went, and then down the ditch he slid. So that was a bummer. Super bummer. And, we have that company that, I'm not going to name the company, but that's supposed to offer things such as roadside assistance. So this was 10 to 8 in the morning, he called me. So I'm like, well, call the company that offers roadside assistance, right? He was like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know what was going on. And so that's what's going on. So I was like, all right, cool. I will come down there and see what's going on. So I go down there, sure as anything. He's in the ditch. He's fine. He's not damaged. The vehicle, the tires were very, very sad. Not in a good place to be. What happened to the child who needed her vehicle fixed? Well, she went down to town and yeah. So I was like, oh, because she had an appointment to get her vehicle fixed and she needed her vehicle fixed. It was supposed to be something really simple, and we had already bought the parts for it, so it was just supposed to be switched out, okay? It's important to the story. So I'm like, okay, well, how about I'll let my work know that I will be late. I will go and find the child, meet her there, take the parts so that they can fix it, take her back to school, and do whatever, thinking that the automobile company that offers the roadside assistance will be with my husband shortly. So I get down there to the mechanic and my child is not there. So I call up the child and I say, child, where are you? And she's like, I'm here. I'm like, no, you're not. You are not here. I'm like, send me your location. So she sends me her location and she is 5 miles down the road. Should have took her 3 minutes to get here. Now she's 16. She is yet a babe. Does not travel well by herself, obviously. She went to the wrong automotive place. And then when she left, to come by me, she got lost. She turned out the wrong way. So she eventually finds me, and so we turn in the parts. I tell the guys, because my husband, like, it goes, like, all of our vehicles are always serviced there. They're always serviced there because it's convenient. The guys are nice. They're very cool. And yeah. So I call my husband and tell him what we have accomplished so far, and if the roadside assistance place has come to get him out of the road. And by this time, it's probably like 45 minutes has passed. And he's like, no, they haven't. I don't know who is coming, and because they won't tell me. So I'm like, well, that's not good. I said, call them back and see if you can find out, you know, who's supposed to come. Because it's cold. It's probably 25 degrees. It's Wisconsin. It's early morning. And he's already been outside in the ditch for 45 minutes. He says lots of nice people come and asked him if he's okay, if he needed any help, which that's lovely. That's wonderful. But he couldn't get a hold of this roadside assistance company. Or he did get a hold of them, and then they would refer him back to a link that kept resetting every 30 minutes or so with a new 30-minute timeline. So he's been sitting at the side of the road. So then we drop off the car. He's still I'm taking the young one to school, and I see him sitting there. So I'm like, well, let's stop and see if he's got an update. So he says, nope, I don't have an update. And then a police officer has his lights on, pulls up behind me, and he's like, so what's going on? We're like, oh, a whole lot of nothing. Tell him the story. And he's like, yeah, that company's been awful lately. So I'm like, great. Perfect. Well, I grabbed the wrong eyeshadow. Dang it. All right. So we have to change plans. I thought that was the juicy one, and I didn't bring any glue. Fuck. Okay. All right, we'll do this. This is not the look that I was going to go for today. This is not... This eyeshadow is awful. This is not the usual eyeshadow that I use. So, anyways. So he's like, well, gets my husband's information, says, well, I can call them and see, because we have to, he's like, you're safe, you're not on the road, but you can't be sitting here on the side of the road. By now it's 2 hours that my husband's been sitting at the side of the road. And no update from the roadside assistance company. So it's very unfortunate. So I leave because I got to get the little one to school. And so then I call the roadside assistance company, and I'm like, this is unacceptable. Now, I don't usually get like all like Rah, rah, rah. But my husband was on the side of the road for 2 hours with no answer from this roadside assistance company. So now, like, yeah, I'm gonna get like rah, rah, rah. And so I filed a complaint, and the officer called another towing company who was there in 20 minutes. Oh, I guess the cop got them to answer the question, and they called a company that's 45 minutes away, a town 45 minutes away, when there's plenty of towing companies that are 10 to 15 minutes away. So, irritating. This whole thing was freaking irritating, you know. So anyways, he did get off the road, and they towed it to the mechanic where my little one's car was at. And so then we had to figure out, okay, now we're down 2 vehicles. What are we going to do with our lives? What are we going to do tomorrow? Luckily, after hours of my husband waiting, for one of the vehicles to be looked at and figured out if they were fixed or fixable or whatever. He did get to use a rental, so that was nice. The little one's car wasn't finished until 5 o'clock that evening. And luckily, they had a rental. So that was really nice because we all had places to be. But the little one, her car not only needed what we had picked up parts for, it needed more work. So, yeah, $1,000 later, her vehicle was finished. My husband's vehicle was able to be fixed, and that was $1,400 later. So it's been a really expensive week. Like a really expensive week. So hopefully we get all of this bad luck out of the way, and the rest of the year will be good. Because holy shit, that was expensive. It was not a good time. But we made it. We made it out the other side. So that was fabulous. But it's crazy. Like, something that you not expect could happen would just wreak havoc on your entire week. But now we're all back to work. We're all rocking and rolling. And life is better. Hopefully for a really long time. Because I don't think I can handle much more of that. How's your week been going? How was your week last week? That's all I have to report. Oh, and if you're shopping the sale last week and it's still going on this week, thank you. It's helped tremendously. 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 So, if you have friends who comment on how much they love your clothes, hey, can you send them my way? Because that would help. I don't know. All we can do is try our best, right? Every day, because shit happens. Shit happens. You don't have control over it. I guess that's my lesson. That is my lesson. And we're almost done. I have to do something with this hair. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, did I put my glue away? I might go back in here. Okay. We're almost done. Not quite done. I'm jumping the gun here a little bit. Best eyelash glue ever. Don't mind my dirty bottle. So, and then I've been studying how to make your natural lashes look a little bit longer. So, I'm going to keep practicing and hopefully show you guys that next week. Been watching lots of good videos and getting lots of good education. Because honestly, like, I like long lashes and stuff. I love the look of it. But sometimes they're heavy. Sometimes they are heavy. And I don't always want to be with the heavy stuff on my eyes. The color is good enough. Finish with my half-ass contour. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at this later and see if the lighting is any better. I mean, it's got to be better. Right? Is it better? Is the lighting better? Anyways, let's put these lashes on and get on with it already. Get on with it already. I've got the things to do and we're on 23 minutes. Different space, and now I'm like messing up my face. I don't know, maybe we're just not gonna do it because it's not. It's not behaving. They're pretty. Give him a little pinch. Can you tell I don't do this professionally? Be like, thank God. I just watch to see her make faces in the mirror. I mean, I don't blame her. I need a haircut. It's like the weird grow out phase. It's pretty though. I did my nails last week. Like, she's got the same nails on as she did last week. Yeah, because I glued them on good that time. Okay. Love this color. It's so pretty. Ta-da! Ta-da! All right, so I guess now that I'm decent, I'll get on with my day. Thanks for sitting here. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week. All right, bye.